You know?
I'm handicapped. Damn it, you can't pretend that doesn't change things.
I'm not saying it doesn't change things. We got some ramps in the house now. You have to get around in this wheelchair. Things are a little tougher for you than they used to be. I admit that. But don't you tell me that changes what's basically between you and me, Eden, because I know it doesn't.
Okay, you go on denying that I'm not different. But because of what I went through, I changed inside.
Self-pity does not become you.
Self-sacrifice does not become you.
I am not sacrificing anything.
You don't think you are.
What do I have to say? How many ways? I don't know how else to put it. This chair means absolutely nothing to me. It makes no difference.
It makes a difference to me. It makes me a different person in a lot of ways.
I don't believe that.
Why are you so blind? It's like when people go off to college or some guy goes off to war and leaves a girlfriend behind, promising to come back to them. They write a few letters, make a few phone calls, but while they're there, the experience changes their life. And then maybe they come back and they marry that person and they pretend that nothing's changed, that everything's the same. But they know deep inside that the person that they were doesn't exist anymore, and they realize that the relationship's not going to work. And then they both realize that the relationship is either going to do one thing. It's going to either end up in divorce, or it's going to be so filled with resentment and bitterness, it'll replace love.
That could never happen between you and me, and you know it.
I'm telling you, I've changed. You are so set on making us what we were that you won't stop and recognize that.
No, I will not. Don't ask me to recognize that, because I'm not going to be able to. I'm sorry, but I still remember who you really are. And I know that sooner or later, I don't know what it's going to take, but the real you is going to come to her senses.
I remember it all. When I was up in those mountains, all I thought about were the special times. All I thought about was coming back to you. And how everything was going to be perfect. And then I came back here, and it was like a blinding light had been turned on, and I couldn't live in that fantasy anymore. Our love was perfect. And I'm not going to ruin those memories by trying to revive something that can't be there any longer.
Oh, you ought to go ahead and ruin them, because you can't live with them, believe me. I tried. Everything about this place reminds me of you. I was going to lose my mind here, but I hung on to it. I didn't give up. I didn't give up on you, even though I thought you were dead. So I sure as hell am not going to give up now, knowing exactly where you are and knowing, Eden, as I so well do, that you love me.
Those special times were with a different person. And I'm sorry I can't be that for you anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, too. Because the woman I remember was not a quitter. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let her turn into one now.